Hi, it's Aaron from the MindBody Project. Welcome back to day number 3. So we're looking at motivation for a healthier lifestyle. So I'm giving you 5 things to actually do before I sign out for the year. So on day 1 I gave you why, writing down your why. So you should have a list of all the reasons why you want to change. I say 20 to 30 we'll say reasons why. You can't just have 1 or 2, because that's just not going to work. You can't build up your emotional juice with just 1 or 2. Yesterday, what we did on day number 2 is we did cause and effect. So what we want to do is make sure that you're responsible for the change. You and only you. Responsible for the change no matter what's going on around you in the external world. Yeah, so you have to take full responsibility. Day number 3 is that you have to write your goal. Yeah. Now, smart goal setting. Don't do that anymore. Yeah, because that involves something like this. Hey, write something down specific. Okay, I want to lose 2.5 stone. Okay, good. Yeah, and then it's measurable. Yeah, we can measure it on a scale, so that's cool. Is it achievable? Well, yeah, I think so. Maybe I should make it two stone. Okay, that's more achievable, isn't it? And is it realistic? Yeah, that's realistic. I can realistically do that. Okay, so when do we want to do it by? So timed. And it's like, let's do it for 4 months. Is that realistic? Maybe 5 months. Okay, let's do it for 5 months. That's example of smart goal setting. Yeah. Now what that fails to do is it fails to include the unconscious mind, which is in charge of all your behaviors. Yeah, it fails to do that. It's very left brain or cognitive. And that's what businesses use a lot, so that they can put it on a chart and look at it. And that's fine in that context. When you're doing personal change, then you have to have your unconscious mind on board. You have to build up the emotional juice like you're doing on day 1. And you have to take full responsibility on day 2. But you have to use your senses and other things as well to make the change. It has to be unconscious, because that's going to drive your behavior. That's going to control it unconsciously. So what do we do? So instead of that, what we'll do is this. So instead of smart goal setting, so this is a bit different. So P, so we're going to do a PREAST acronym. So this is positively stated. So we want to write the goal to what you actually want to get. So it's a bit like specific. So what specifically do you want? Yeah, so that part of it is fine. What specifically do you want? Now you have to write down, the more specific you get, then the better it is, the more clarity it is for your unconscious mind to build a picture. After you've done this process, you should have a clear picture in your head so that you can explain it to someone else and they can have a clear picture in their head. So this is how specific this needs to be. It's really detailed. So after that, after you've written this down, so as a I am now, so writing it down as if now, I am now running a marathon. Yeah, so you want to write down as the results happened. Then what you want to do, so write that down, positively stated. Then it's resources required, because you're going to need to know what resources because you need to come up with this in the plan. Yeah. So what resources do you want? What inner resources do you need? Now you may need, like I said, to change your mindset around responsibility for change. You may have to stop blaming people. That may take a few weeks to actually install that into your mindset. You may need confidence. You may need confidence to go and join a group. Yeah. So you need to know internally you may need to know how to get into certain states of consciousness to actually do the thing. Yeah, so for example, exams, you're going to need to learn how to get in the learning state, but that's something you have to learn. It's an internal resource that you're going to need. But then it's external resources. So do you need some trainers? Do you need some jogging bottoms? Do you need a smoothie maker? So what is it that you actually need? Write all of this down. It needs to be written down. Anything external, yeah, which needs to be written down. Then it's initiated yourself. So initiated and maintained by yourself. So if you have to rely on somebody else to actually do this, then that's not a goal. It's not a goal. So if you're not fully in control of the outcome, which is why you can't set a goal such as, I want to lose 3 stone. You're not fully in control of that. That's not a goal. Yeah, and that's why people get frustrated. Yeah, because that's not something you're not in control of. If I say I want to lose 3 stone by February, I'm not in control of that goal. That's not a goal. Yeah. Weight loss is a consequence of you doing certain actions, but you're never in control of how much weight that you actually lose. Yeah, you're not in control of that directly, anyway. So you want to make sure that the goal is written in such a way that you are directly in control. So instead of saying I want to lose 3 stone by, say, March, what you write is I'm going to go and do 3 training sessions every week, and I'm going to eat 5 fruit and veg a day. Yeah, you can't say I want to lose this amount of weight by then, because that's just not a goal, and that's where many people get confused. Okay, so make sure it's initiated and maintained by you. So in other words, you are fully in control of the goal. Ecology is E, or ethics. So what you want to write down now is what I've just mentioned in there, is ecology is the consequences. So what you want to write down are these questions. So what will happen when you get it? So what will happen when you get the healthier lifestyle? What won't happen when you get the healthier lifestyle? Yeah, what will happen if you don't get the healthier lifestyle? What won't happen if you don't get the healthier lifestyle? Yeah, so those questions, you need to analyze it that's called Cartesian coordinates, but consequences, you want to know the consequences of you getting that goal. You want to also know the consequences of you staying the same how you are now. Okay, so you can have a better decision to make. Then you want, and this is the thing really missing from the SMART goals, is the sensory data. You want to know what you're going to see when you have the goal, and I want details, very big details here, colors, brightness, who's going to be around, whatever. So what are you going to see, what are you going to hear, so what are people going to be saying to you, yeah, what are you going to be saying to yourself, internal dialogue, yeah, feel, what are you going to feel, what are you going to smell if that's appropriate, or what are you going to taste if that's appropriate. So if you're doing nutrition, what are you going to taste? So those things need to be written down in minute detail, so much so that you should be able to see a picture of it. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on. But yeah, sensory. And then you want timed for, this is for a specific outcome, by the way, because I'm going to come on to something tomorrow. So timed, then you write the time. But what I do, and this is more of an advanced thing with goal setting, is once you have the picture of this, then what you do is you want to visualize it and take this picture and put it into a certain date in the future using timeline techniques. Okay, so that's a bit more advanced, but it's on the courses. It's on quite a few of the courses, by the way. So what I do is have that. The reason why I create this part is so you can take this picture, close your eyes, go on the timeline and put it into your future, whichever date you want to, because then your unconscious mind is going after it. That you need your unconscious mind to do this. It's not your conscious mind's going to get there. You forget what you had last week for dinner. Yeah, so you're going to forget about it. So it needs to be your unconscious mind that's doing this. Yeah, make it easy for yourself. The unconscious mind has lots more power, so let it go and do the things. Okay, so that is the goals. So see you tomorrow.